Hi everyone. Hello and welcome. Welcome everyone. I know you guys were like, oh, that mama five. You're on live stream at this time of the day. Yes, I'm on live stream. Please like and share. I'm not gonna be here for a long time. I just had to come do this video actually. Hey Abby, I was not expecting that you'd be able to tune in. You should be somewhere enjoying now. Good evening. How are you? What time are you where you are now? What's the time where you are
Expecting
now?
that you'll be able to tune in.
Welcome. So what time, I mean, what's your time there? Obviously this is half two here, so we are 1 hour ahead of the UK. Okay, I'm just gonna get started. Hello everybody, welcome. 9:30 p.m. Oh wow, I'm very well. I just want to do this quick live stream. I've just finished editing a couple of videos, so I want to quickly do this live stream and then have a quick nap and then go for a walk later on. So apparently there's been a lot of things going on in regards to Wumi, and obviously the Rattle Rat president, he just can't stop. I've never come across someone before in my life knowing that somebody lost, like, she's a young widow. And this guy called Very Dark Man, I don't think he has in any way show any sort of compassion, like, even say to her, like, oh, obviously, condolences for the death of your husband. I don't think he's done anything like that. And it's so shocking. Hello, Dripnad, welcome. 2:32. All right, okay. So 2:32 German time. So I believe 2:32 Nigerian time as well. It's currently 1:32 UK time. So I've just been kind of like obviously watching. I was not going to actually do anything further on Mumin's case or Mohbad's story because I noticed that a lot of people are now on the scene and they are, clamoring behind her because at the end of the day, the family of Mohbad, they are not all in the same, I mean, they're all not lying or facing the same direction. And in order to even sort a case like that, it's going to be very, very difficult. Hello, Zeno. Good morning. How are you? Welcome. Please like the live stream, guys. So it's going to be very, very difficult, especially even if there are some able people, or even if there are some people who are willing to show support for this family in order to get at least the desired justice for Mohbad. It's hard to even do so because the father is on a different book, the mother of the Mohbad is on a different wavelength. Bumi is on a different wavelength. As it is, it seems like she's just on her own. But I love the fact that I love the new her in as much as I said from previously that it would have been lovely when this case was like fresh in everybody's mind. I wish she was out here, fighting back. But obviously, she has a reason for not coming out then. She has a reason for not granting interviews and all of that. But I'm super happy that she's out now and fighting her cause. I've watched the videos and most of the interviews I've watched, I've shed a tear or two for her. I don't even know. I don't even want to walk in her shoes because I don't even know what shoes she's like. I don't even want to think about what she's experiencing. Knowing for a fact that she's a young girl herself, and knowing for a fact that she's got a young child that she needs to stay strong for. I've raised 5 children. I know how hard that is. But then she's got a child whom, with all of this going on, like, all the bullying, all of the things that's been thrown away, and she's still meant to be a good mother to her son. I just don't know how she's doing it. And obviously, just like she said in a previous post, that the bullying, this was how they started with Mobad, and now they are also doing the same for her. She posted a picture of a certain man who she believes is working with her father-in-law, and it's been said that this guy is in the US. And I wish that, I mean, obviously, I dropped a comment saying that, you know what, she should go to the American embassy in Nigeria. She has this guy's name, she has his picture. Go report him. There should be some things that could be done. But anyway, I'm just super happy that there are lots of people that have seen live interviews on TikTok. I've seen live shows on your Facebook. I've seen live shows on Instagram who are now clamoring behind her, who are now showing her support. And I just hope that this support get to the level whereby both Mohbad's family, Mohbad's father, mother will be able to get a resolution at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, Mohbad's body is still lying in the morgue. And even as much as they're still trying to get justice for him, I don't see the reason why he has not been put, I don't see why he has not been buried yet. But you can't tell a child, or you can't beat a child and tell the child how to cry. So there's a video, or is it a video or a post? Let me start with this post first, actually. Okay, this is a different one. So it's a post where she replied to VeryDarkMan, and this is a video I'm going to play.
Obviously, under the impression that it was women who were supposed to be avoiding DNA tests. So why am
So before we dive into this video, actually, and this was a video I saw about 2 days ago, and I was so nauseated to see that this guy is not relenting. I must say he contributed one way or the other to the way this Mohbad's case has turned out. He contributed to it in a lot of ways. He was the one who brought out like the crazy DNA idea and so many other, versions of what would happen. So many versions of like somebody who's never actually had an open relationship with a girl. How would you know if couples even have a fight? How would you even know if couples don't have a fight? Like you are involved in a man-to-man relationship, so you wouldn't know what it feels like to be in a loving or in a relationship with a woman of the opposite sex, to know that yes, when dispute happens, anything and everything can be said to one another. So he came up with this video. Apparently, Toto DK dropped a post about, oh, I thought it was women who run for DNA. Why are men now running? And I think Tonto Dike was actually, there's a certain person that I felt like Tonto Dike was actually referring to, but she did not mention anybody's name. She did not mention anybody's name, only for this laughing cow with a nose ring to drop a video. And like I said, I was so disappointed at the fact that he has never for one time said, condolences for your loss, Wunmi. But it's been, is one of the people who raised all of the negative vibes around Wunmi. He was one of the people who opened the door for them. And it's not stopping anytime soon, and it's not going to stop. But they said there's a Yoruba adage that says that a local dog that wants to get lost will not hear the voice of the hunter or the bell of the hunter. I think that's the story here. So let's play this video to hear what he has to say and what he actually said in this video. Please like the live stream, guys.
Men the ones running now? The irony is unreal. So basically, this shot directed to Cubana Chief Priest 100%.
How did he know that this shot was directed to Cubana Chief? Because Tonto Dike did not mention anybody's name. Tonto Dike did not at anybody. She just obviously dropped her own. And whoever thinks that this shade was for him or her, well, maybe not guilty conscience, they worry the person. But for him to have come out to say the shade was driven towards Cubana Chief Priest. Let's keep listening.
You understand? Now, Tonto Dike will make this easy.
And I believe in my own opinion, I felt that shade or that post that Tonto Dike made was actually geared towards Mohbad's father. You all know from before that Tonto Dike, Iyabo Ojo, all of these people were right behind Wunmi, trying to help Wunmi get justice. But when this laughing cow with a nose ring put asunder into the whole matter, they decided to step back.
I remember when they say make Mohbad wife do DNA test. All of them saying that she go do them by herself until she decides. So since Tonto Dike won't go this route, let's make it easy. I am still willing to pay for everything Mohbad wife will do for that DNA. I will pay 100%. I'll pay for the hotel. They'll come Abuja. I'll pay for.
Did you hear him? He will pay for Wunmi to come do the DNA. What insult! I wish there's a way to stop this guy. What an insult! Is it the NGO money that they donated to you that you've been using to do flame during all this while? Did you guys hear him that he would pay for the DNA?
Few things. She go stay, the father-in-law go stay, the mother-in-law go stay, our lawyer go stay, all of them, different rooms. Don't be saying that one room, different rooms, go pay for the huge things, right? Then they'll go do the test. When they do the test, see the result. Now, this is why I'm still curious about the test. Even though the girl don't come they explain different story for social media, right? Don't go different podcasts, don't go different interview. One crazy thing is, they keep avoiding that voice notes. when leak, when Mohbad they talk say she f with, when Mohbad they accuse her, they seem to accuse her of cheating or knocking another person. They don't ask her everything for every interview, but they don't really ask her about that voice note. When Mohbad talk say the girl and the family seemingly want to buy him. When Mohbad said they accuse his wife, just the way Mohbad talk say if he buy made the own Ramali, he get.
Like I said, whoever has not been in a relationship before would not know. Do you know how many marriages or how many fights couples have had, and they will both threaten each other with, I will do this to you, you will do this to you. Do you know how many times me that I'm sitting down here, I've had an outburst, even with my loved ones, even with my husband, and say, no, if anything happens to me, let my family hold him. So couples fight, they argue, they exchange words. That's why we often pray that, you know what, whatever annoyance or whatever, no matter what would happen, God should not give you the anger or the mind, or God should not allow you alter things that you will not be able to take back. So, like Wunmi has always vehemently said that no, couples do have misunderstandings. You exchange words. You actually say things. You actually say things to us each other. Do you know? Do you know, guys? How many times my own husband has said something to me that I will wake up in the morning and I will just cry, remembering what he said to me, because I was like, "Oh, you're meant to have my back," and I was not expecting that it would be you that would say this to me. Things like that happen. And she's gone on to say, I think one of our interviews I watched, she said, yeah, she was with somebody else before Mohbad, even though they were not serious, they were not in a serious relationship. And she's gone on to say on national TV, on the interview she's gone through, that since she's been with Mohbad, she's never been with anybody else. Yes, that's our word, and I'm going to take her for our word. Mohbad is not here to defend any of these things that are being put out, especially from this laughing cow with a nose ring. And it's whatever it is that happened in their marriage, it's none of anybody's business. How that voice message got to really be leaked, I don't know. But what has that got to do with the matter on ground? Because it has started with, he had a fight. Who did he have a fight with? What kind of injury did he sustain? Till today or till tomorrow, I don't know the kind of injury Mohbad sustained from the fight. Was a weapon used? Was it a physical weapon? Was it a spiritual weapon? Because we don't know the nature of the injury. And if any of you watching me here knows the nature of the injury that Mohbad got from the fight he had with his friend, please do let me know in the comment section. If you're watching this live stream again, please do let me know in the comment section. I do not know the kind of injury that Mohbad had, which led to whatever that transpired to the level of they bringing a nurse, blah, 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 blah. I do not know. But then, with that being said, this lady has vehemently come out to say that she does not like it when her husband fights. That whenever she finds out that Mohbad is involved in a fight, it upsets her. She's not happy. I mean, what wife will be happy knowing that obviously her husband is in the music industry? Anything could happen. There could be lots of people trying to meet him. There could be lots of people who are even trying to envy him or even trying to cause him harm. So the kind of narrative that VeryDarkMan has kind of like, swayed this case of Mohbad and Wunmi. It's a very, very dangerous one. And in a civilized world, the police will have grabbed him a long time ago. Yeah. The police will have dragged this guy. They will have nabbed him a long time ago. But he's free to say whatever he has to say, right? At the deli- at the what was that word again? I forgot that word. It came in my head. Obviously, at this effect of the kind of feeling is left Mohbad's wife and his her son. But let's keep listening to him.
Voice note where she talk say the Mohbad wife won't buy him and Mohbad talk him. Why are all these people not asking her? That's why I believe that all these interviews where Mohbad wife on the go recently is sponsored and is biased. And all the people that interview them, no credibility or whatsoever. Because the whole interview
person will no go school, who is ridiculing journalists, who is ridiculing newscasters, person will no pass school. There's a difference from somebody will go school, will read book, will sabi their work as journalists, compared to somebody who will be saying Agbola will take no harm. Robbing of Bola for money is how we got to know him. There's a difference there. School is not a scam. There's a reason why education is important in a child's life. Okay? And with him, the way he's been going on about the DNA test, maybe we should start by helping him find his own father first. VeryDarkMan, you sure say you sabi your own papa? Let's start by finding your own father for you. Because at the end of the day, this case is not anybody's else's, like, it's not anybody's business. Let the police carry out their investigation. But there's been so many narratives that even when the police were even carrying out their investigation, even the public where the case has been brought to don't even know where to sway or where to go.
Arrange. Secondly, why did they not ask her that, madam, when your husband died, why you no come talk this part? Why didn't you give a clear explanation? What made you say they've taken him away from me when you know that it was the nurse that shook him injection, when you know that he fought and then this one happened, when you know that this, when you know that that? Again, you say when they took him injection, say when I rush and go hospital that night. But when you watch the video, when Mohbad they go hospital now in the morning, so they say na night.
Hello, David Black.
Now, what the year say she don't implicate one guy where they call, well, as the spending now, no, they talk very soon, the truth will come out.
Yeah, everybody wants the truth to come out, but maybe if someone like you steps away because it's not your family matter. You don't know Wunmi from anywhere before. You don't even know Mohbad from anywhere before. You don't know any of them before. So maybe you should just step back and let those who are actually investigating this case investigate, because you're putting in too much spanner. You're putting in too much spanner. Thank you, Felicia, for that. You are putting in too much spanner. You are jumping from A to Z. Like, why don't you just actually step back? Go and find your own father first before you actually clamor to find somebody else's, to actually find the paternity of somebody else's child. Or in normal day, like I said, if Nigeria were to be a safe country, they will have grabbed this guy a long time ago, because you seem to know a lot. This case is none of your business. You're not related to Mohbad in any way. You're not related to his family anyway, but you actually happens to be the mouthpiece. And all of those senseless idiots that are following you, all of those rats, ekute, that are following you, at the end of the day, all of them will chop or tapia. All of them will chop or tapia. And VeryDarkMan, that thing that is going to happen to you, I don't want to be the one to say, because I'm sure a lot of people know. But we're just going to fold our hands and watch. That's all I'm doing. That's all we're going to do. And I love the new woman that she's coming out here, calling everybody out. She has stayed her time. She has summoned the courage to face all of the people who are, saying all of these things against her. You can imagine, none of you have actually checked on her own well-being. Mohbad is gone. Nothing's going to ever bring Mohbad back. Even if they eventually find out what led to Mohbad's death, or who was involved in his death, it's not going to bring Mohbad back. But Wunmi and her son is still alive. And you'll have thought that those who are actually looking for justice for Mohbad will ensure she stays alive. But no, they want the same thing that happened to Mohbad to happen to her. And this is a case of bullying. This was how we started with Mohbad, where he got the fright of, he doesn't want to go to hospital. He was so fearful for his life everywhere he goes. Paulo, Yabo Joe's partner, even mentioned that, he did not realize that this was the level of what he was going through, because when he went to London for a show, he was terrified of going out. He was asking for extra security because he still felt that Naira Marley's guys on the street of London could still come for him. Like, guys, what level of fear could make somebody feel that way? What level of fear? But let's keep listening to what this Egypt has to say.
Let's go back. So, Tonto Dike, if you are willing to pay for Cubana chief priest woman, since na him you want pull now, if you are willing to pay for the woman to come from Kenya, lodge her in a hotel, pay for everything, the DNA test will happen. But for we who are in Nigeria first, bring Wunmi, come. Make she can't do DNA. I'll sponsor it. I'll pay for everything.
Who are you?
Make Wunmi can't do DNA. More sin. I mean, I go did here. Our own.
Who are you? You are Mohbad's father, or you are the Olori Ebi of Mohbad's family that you want to be there. Nobody's begging you to pay for DNA tests. Wunmi has said it on all of those interviews that she's ready. She's been ready since 2023. And it's Baba Mohbad. I pray none of us ever have such a man as a father or a father-in-law. And this man, he knows, because he's actually gone on to say that at some point, if Wunmi did the DNA, then Wunmi should not release the result of the DNA, because this father is just bent on cashing out on the demise of his son. Have you ever seen a father who said that his life starts to take the turn for good since the demise of his son? Can you imagine? A father who is no longer clamoring for what happened to his son, but is cashing out, going to parties, releasing music, laying with different women in different cities from all of those useless London women who are clamoring for support for Mohbad for him. He has used the death of Mohbad to cash out in millions of naira. And he knows that when that DNA test is done and Wunmi is refusing to keep the DNA results secret, he knows the means he's been using to cash out. He knows all of the stories or all of the means he's been using to cash out is going to that means is going to run dry. If the DNA is done and if the result is released to the public, that's the end of him cashing out. Hence why he's trying to he's trying to put women in a situation whereby when the result is done, it will not be released to the public. And he also knows that once Mohbad is buried, that's him. No more cash for him anymore. Obviously, the likes of this laughing cow with a nose ring is still making this shameless father go about. And like I've always said, an African man whose first son passed away, knowing fully well that his son left a child, he will try everything in his power to protect that one child. But no, this one is not in like it's not willing. It's not willing.
Doctor, if you can bring her na.
Because you'll be
Come,
waiting.
we'll pay for everything. Na.
Nobody's asking
Including
you.
hotel, feeding, security, cars.
Nobody's
everything.
asking you.
Then immediately we do our own test. Then you too, you go fly that Kubana chief priest, alleged baby mama. Come.
Nobody's
She go
asking
do the
you.
DNA. Everybody go do
You can go
the
do
water.
Belen and
If you
water.
are ready, let me know. Until then, shush.
You too, shush. Your mates are
Shush.
looking for work up and down. You do
It's
go
a
like
beautiful
that.
day in Shanghai.
Calling the shot for everybody. It's just crazy how some hunger-stricken Nigerians have actually given this guy the ground for all the way it's been going on about. It's so shocking that no regard for the human life that is still alive right now. Like I said, Mohbad is gone. Even if eventually they find the main source or the main reason or what contributed to Mohbad's death, it's not going to bring him back. The only thing moving forward now is to keep his legacy alive, which is his son and his realities. So this laughing cow with a nose ring obviously came out with this video, and Wunmi came out with her full chest to respond to him. And I love a clapback. The writing is quite small. I'm going to try and read from my other device here. I love the clapback that Wunmi gave. I love that clapback. You know, our response to him, I love it. I don't know if any of you have seen that write-up, but let me try and read it out from my other device here. So she started with the first line saying that, Vincent, for nearly 2 years, I have endured your harassment, false narratives, and attempts to obstruct justice for my late husband, Mohbad. Despite my silence, you have continued to spread misinformation, even going so far as to question the paternity of our son, Liam. Let me make this clear. My silence was never weakness. It was a choice to mourn my husband with dignity and allow legal proceedings. Your relentless attacks only expose your bias against him and everything he stood for, but I firmly believe in karma. That's the first slide there. And the second slide continues. Let me reiterate that I will not be coerced into giving full details of any disagreement my husband and I had. Couples argue and it's normal. Absolutely, I agree with her. I agree with her. Please like this live stream, guys. I would like to remind you that I recorded my husband during an episode he had after suffering trauma at the hands of some LDLEA officers. I played the recording back to him and he apologized. We then moved forward, got married, and had a child. Your attempts to bully me and my son are futile. Vincent, you are the last person I would ever seek help for. So great. So great for her. She continued, your hypocrisy is striking, given your investment in analyzing my family while ignoring your own. Exactly. In home, mama, where they did. Make him go straight, go find better job to look after him, mama. Because at the end of the day, it takes a badly raised child to come out here and be behaving the way he's been behaving. She continued saying, as a woman and mother, I found my voice and will continue to stand up for my son. If my previous statements haven't satisfied you, which she doesn't even need to explain to any bagger, she does not owe anybody any explanation. Because when Mohbad was suffering behind, nobody was there to help her. Nobody was there to help her. Even though then Mohbad was singing his pains as a song, we were all dancing, not knowing that he was actually calling out for help. And I wish in a way, maybe Wunmi should have reached out to further people before the demise of the Mohbad. But then who knows? There was no way for her to have seen that this was going to be the end of Mohbad. So she continued, I suggest you obtain a copy of my official statement from the police station. Your biased support for Mohbad's enemy is notable, but I'm confident God is on my side. You can't break me or my son. And the next slide said, regarding the DNA test, I've stated repeatedly that I'm willing to cooperate when my father-in-law is ready. Exactly, because it's not up to anybody now. When Baba Mohbad is ready to carry out that DNA test, Wunmi said she would go. So, rattle rat, laughing cow with a nose ring, leave Wunmi alone. Leave her freaking alone. So she continued, I've stated repeatedly that I'm willing to cooperate when my father-in-law is ready, and my lawyers are handling it according to the law. However, I will not be dictated to or commanded by you or anyone aside mentioned. Your audacity is appalling, considering your role in spreading misinformation about my husband's death and your allegiance to those who bullied and exploited him. Yes, because we've seen this guy with the likes of Naira Marley, at parties doing all of that shenanigans. I demand that you respect my boundaries and leave me and my son alone. You have done our family enough damage. Let this serve as a final warning. I will no longer respond to your messages or engage with you in any way or form. Because last time I checked, you are just one of the benefactors of my husband's death who bullied his immediate family and used his death to gain popularity and fame. She's right. If you are genuinely concerned about DNA testing, I suggest you start by questioning your own paternity. Epic clapback. I love that last slide there. That was an epic backlap from her. Mind your business and leave me and my family out of your vindictive pursuits. Like I said, guys, I'm loving this new woman. I'm loving this new woman. So there's a post. I don't know what this post is about. I think obviously Wunmi there was a guy called Spending. I don't know who that Spending is, but that Spending came out there to allege that Wunmi was lying, that there are some things that Wunmi left out, and that's just a slide there. I'm not able to read it because it's quite tiny, and I think I need my glasses. I didn't travel with my glasses, so I won't be able to read the slide. But if you're watching back or if you've seen any of this, so that's just a Spending guy alleging that Wunmi left some things out, that Wunmi did not say some things that happened, blah blah blah. And then this other post was Wunmi replying to him, saying that, okay, you actually know the truth. So I can't say the first set of the. She said, I want to set the record straight. The only argument I had with my husband was on our way home. Blah blah. I can't see that writing. It's quite tiny from my eyes. And from the slide there, that was her replying to that guy, obviously countering what he said, saying that he also knew. I mean, he also knew what happened, but obviously, wherever he's originated from, with all he's been saying, then he knows the truth as well. And the earlier he says the truth, the better. So obviously, comedian D1 also came out here warning Wunmi not to listen to Very Dark Man. What's this one saying here? I'm not going to read your comment because it's not relevant to this show. So let's listen to what
a video where Very Dark Man was saying that you should come to Abuja. He will lodge you in Transcorp, pay for your DNA. He also mentioned Toto Dike's name in that video.
Olu Akinlolu, you are saying that definitely she's not saying the truth. If all she's saying now is true, why wait 30 now? I'm sure from our reading that I've just read there, whoever thinks she's lying, she's asked all of you to go and demand or request for a statement from the police. And she also said from her various write-up that why she kept quiet was to be able to mourn her husband and to allow the legal challenge take place. She was allowing the laws, obviously, whatever, because there are lawyers involved. She was allowing the court of justice to take place. So, for the fact that I am of the opinion that at that time when she was being dragged, she should have come out. But she's a young woman with a baby to cater for. And where do you expect her to get all of the energy to be able to stand all the bullies that Very Dark Man has actually are working towards her? Olu Akinlola, you and your generation will fall at the end of the day, no honey. And I pray that what happened to Mohbad will also happen to you. Okay? I pray what happened to Mohbad will also happen to you, because at the end of the day, like I said, on a normal day, if you were to be the diaspora, Very Dark Man will have been questioned. He will have been questioned as a person of interest as well, as to his role, as to why Wunmi is being bullied with her son as well. So if she did not come out here, she has a reason. And now that she's coming out to talk, use all as castigating her, that why is she talking now? just like what is happening with Natasha, Senator Natasha of whatever, she was being harassed. She's spoken about it. If she were to come back in 2 years' time now to talk about it, you guys would say, why did you not come out when you were in the Senate? Why did you not come out when you were in the Senate? At the end of the day, she does not owe any freaking body any explanation. Exactly, David Black. That's what this Egypt, this, I mean, what's that word that that refers of this dingbats? Exactly, David Black. They are questioning her why she did not come out to speak. And now she's speaking now. They are telling her, why is she just coming out? Like, is there a time to mourn? Or is there a time she's alive and she can come out, as long as she stays alive, she can come out to tell a story at any time. So now she's talking now. Users are blaming her. When she was not talking, everybody's like, why is she not coming out? Why is she not coming out? Like I said, you need to be in her shoes for you to actually point any accusing fingers at her. If you've never been in a shoe, if you don't know where it hurts in the shoe she was wearing, then you can actually come out here and tell her or ask her, why are you now coming out to speak? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Please don't answer him. I know Tonto Dike will never answer VDM. Please, Wunmi, he is a blackmailer and a manipulator. That is the way, that is his job. He tried to manipulate the Igbos and blackmail them in China. Collect.
You know what? On a normal day, in a sane world, Naira Marley and Sam Larry will have still been, in a way, be disciplined for being a bully. Because bullying someone as a crime on its own, if it was a sane country, they will have been either fined or given some sort of punishment for being a contributor. Because if Mohbad was not bullied, they put that fear in him. If he was not bullied to an extent that he would not even want to go out, it was being set up with the NDLEA. When this guy was coming out here, shouting out about what he was going through, passing through in the hands of Naira Marley and the rest, Naira Marley came out to say he was on drugs, when he knew what he was actually doing to him. Now it's past, and everybody and their grandfather thought they could, tell his wife what to do. You should go and take several thousand seats. And like I said, it was in the same country. For the fact that they had a hand in bullying him. We saw a video clips where he was shooting movie, where we saw Sam Larry came in with some people with canes and stuff. Over what? What could have been going? What could have been happening? What could he have done? He was at his own space. They came to where he was to come do what? What was his offense? Because he wanted to leave Naira Marley's record label? That was his crime. Because he wanted to leave Naira Marley's record label, that was his crime.
Voice note, voice recording. Thank God it failed. He tried to manipulate Nedu, tried to deceive the public that Nedu collected 60 million from one fake NGO that never existed in the UK. That one is now exposed to the public. That is the same way he offered Lil Smart 1 million naira to come to the same Abuja.
That was how they died down that case of Lil Smart. That was how they died down the case of that guy. They should have allowed that boy spew all he had to say. But yeah, because he was dealing with the blackmailer himself, they died what happened between him and that boy down. You know what? At the end of the day, I hope all of you that are following him blindly, I hope it will not be too late before your eyes are opened. Okay? I hope it will not be too late before your eyes are opened. And yes, the world, people are now standing up for Wunmi. People are now behind her. Just like that laughing cow with a nose ring is full of shite, saying so many things. Let him go find his own father first before he helps somebody else in fighting their father. Does he even know his own father? I don't think so.
To manipulate and blackmail him. Please don't answer him. He wants to manipulate and blackmail you. This year, every video that VDM does, me, the one, I'm going to do the reply. Once you do video, I do the correction. Once you do video, I reply him.
Go on, so.
This year, I'm dedicating the whole year to correcting him. So if you are here, you say, oh, D1 is always talking about very dark matter. Yes, now what are they do with that?
Olu Akilolu, you and who they follow facts and evidence? Who and who? You and who are following facts and evidence? You are just following a non-entity blindly. That's all you're doing.
That's the only work I'm doing. He must be a better person. This year, he must.
Whether they were in the house or not does not matter, but they contributed to his fear. Like, what kind of fear would be in somebody that is terrified of going to an hospital? And like I said, it was at a filming where he was filming a video or something. We saw a video where we saw Sam Larry came in with a group of boys with cane in their hands. That's Mohbad at his own space, doing his own thing. They came to his space to discipline him over what? Over what? See, all of now we will now want make them put Wunmi for jail. At the end of the day, if they no put her for jail, all of you should go and put her for jail. If not fit, if you all can put her in jail, go ahead and do it, because it seems all of you are thinking with your anus. You all are thinking with your backsides.
Be a better person. To the ratters, I'm not looking for followers. Oh. If I see you say, oh, it's like I won't follow you. Me, I will block you myself. I have blocked more than 700 people in the last 24 hours. Once you talk anyhow, you say, I just need intelligent people. Once you talk anyhow, you are off. Go and listen to your guy that closes his comment section. You know, they allow now talk.
Exactly.
No freedom of speech. Now, master and slave in they do for your own page.
Exactly.
But for here, if you want to have conversations, it has to be intelligent. Everywhere good, my people. Wunmi, please don't answer the manipulator and blackmailer. God will see you through. Everywhere good, my people. Everywhere good. D1 here.
Anyway, guys, so far, like I said, people, since Wunmi started talking, and like I said, you can't beat a child and ask that child not to cry. She has been through a lot. The time that she was not speaking, I was of the opinion that, why is she quiet? Why is she not coming out to speak? And like I said, even Mohbad couldn't allow his wife to give birth in the hospital because exactly, that was the amount of fear that was in him. That was the amount of fear that was in him. So in all of this, I was one of the people as well when this case was, everywhere. Like, why is she not out here? If she really wants justice for her husband, why is she not, calling out all of these people who are saying all these things about her? Why is she not speaking? But then, like I said, I don't ever wish to be in her shoe, because I don't even know how awful the shoe she was wearing then and is still wearing now. I don't know how painful it is. And I don't ever wish that on any of my loved ones. Okay, fine. She has attended those interviews. She has said all she has to say. She is the owner of her own story, and only Wunmi herself will be able to see the story behind what has happened. Do couples argue? Do they say negative words to each other? Oh, yes. And this is coming from someone who's been married for 20 years. Yes. Couples argue. They fight. They say, they say so many things that even a certain partner will be like, no, I can't forgive you for saying this to me. Yes, it happens. So now that her husband has passed away, she took her time. She's gone on to explain during those interviews to explain why she's not out here. She was not out there fighting because she was mourning her husband. And now she's out granting interviews. Baba Mohbad has been to almost every TV station to grant interview. Yes, people were like, oh, your son just died. Why are you granting interviews? You will have thought the Baba would be, indoors to at least mourn his first son. Baba was granting interview everywhere. And Wunmi was not granting interview. So now is the time for Wunmi to also say her own side of the story. And people are castigating her. People will not let her drink water and drop cup. David Black said, Mohbad played a role in his own death. Yes, we understand. His ignorance led to his elipa, exactly. But for people to be attacking the wife, keyword wife, not exactly. Exactly. Because like I said, even in a sane world, the corpse of Mohbad is the responsibility of his wife to deal with it, not the father, regardless of how Mohbad died. Oku Mohbad, pẹ̀lú pé Mohbad ṣe kú yẹn, tí Wunmi jẹ́ ìyàwó ẹ̀, tó bá pé ìlú òyìnbó ni, Wunmi ló máa sort every burial arrangement, not Mohbad's father. But because she's a young lady, Mohbad's father took over of the corpse. Because at the end of the day, they were married. Wunmi should be the only person, should have been the one to have arranged the burial arrangement for Mohbad. She will be the one to choose the casket. She will be the one to choose where Mohbad gets buried. But she was deprived of that. Because yes, Africans, Nigerians, because they thought, because her husband died now, she has a hand in it. If it were to be, God forbid, if the table were to be turned, if that was Wunmi that something happened to, her husband would have been able to deal with Wunmi's enemy's corpse. But because it was Mohbad, the man, the wife is being deprived of her duties, which is so shameful. Shameful. So, like I was saying, guys, this is the time for her to come hear our own side of the story. This is the time for her to say what she knows. And like I said, I love the new her. Let her speak. Baba Mohbad has granted hundreds of interviews. So many people on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Do you know how much money has been donated via GoFundMe based on this matter of Mohbad, for justice for Mohbad? How many of such money was given to Wunmi? Do any of these people who are, obviously trying to generate money from GoFundMe, how many of those people ever think that, oh, Mohbad left a wife and a child? How many of them have actually cared about how she's been faring? How many of them? Baba has been flangering, changing outfits. Baba will know they wear neck chain before. You know they start to they wear neck chain. Baba will know they wear glasses before. You know they wear rich designer glasses. For a father to come out here and say his life got better at the demise of his son, like I said, this is another prayer. God forbid we have such a father. God forbid such. I would have loved to drop a link here so that others could drop their opinion, but I can see all of the rats of the rattle are, some of them are in the group here, and I wouldn't want them to jump onto my stage. So all of them that are here saying women should be, that in the normal time the women should be in jail, no, because at the end of the day, investigation will be carried out based on the evidences available, and no hearsay from the likes of Laughing Cow with a nose ring. No hearsay from the likes of that woman with a wonky tooth whose only son is rotting in jail in the UK. No likes of people like that. They won't even listen to people like that. But obviously because Nigeria, no justice for anybody. I pray Nigeria don't know happen to anybody. In this case, Nigeria happened to Mohbad. And yes, just like David Black there said, Mohbad in a way contributed to his own demise. Maybe after that fight, if he had asked, maybe, I don't know if he has a driver, if he had asked one of his drivers to take him to an hospital, maybe he would have been alive today. Maybe he would have been alive today. But he has his own understanding, he has his reason for not wanting to go to an hospital. As it is, rattle whatever you call yourselves, allow Wunmi be. Let her be. And I keep saying this, even at the end of the day, once the truth comes back, once the truth of all this matter comes out here, Mohbad is gone. But remember, he left a child. And all of these things, that child is going to grow up to see everything. And a young widow has been left. A young widow whose father-in-law should be the one caring for her, protecting her and her son. But she's been left alone. Exactly, David, because when I was reading, obviously, I don't know the nature of the injury sustained. So, because so far, we've just been hearing that he had an injury, And we don't know how long after that fight did they, invited a nurse to come treat him. So maybe if you have an idea of his injury, it could, just like you said, it could have been an infection. And also, like I said, we don't know the nature of the injury he had. Was a weapon? Did they use a weapon? If it was an open wound, yeah, it could have been an infection. And yes, going to an hospital for a proper, washing out of the wound and getting some antibiotics and maybe proper stitching and stuff like that would have saved him. Because at the end of the day, if there's an open wound that is infected, sepsis, all of these things, it spreads really quick. So, like I said from the beginning, I don't know the nature of the injury he got. And yes, it could have been an infection. And then they went to go and get a nurse under Kwetesi, a nurse labelly, a nurse who does not have, maybe, I don't know what qualification that nurse had, but she obviously gave some sort of tetanus injection, whatever. That's what's being said that she gave. And also, based on the narrative of the injection being given, he could have suffered from an anaphylactic shock from the injection he was given. I don't know the nature. I don't know the kind of injection he was given. I think one of the injection was meant to be a tetanus injection or something. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to round up here. Rattle Rat President, leave Wunmi alone, as she has outrightly requested. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. She has spent the past 2 years or 2.5 years mourning her dear husband. Her father-in-law is not giving her a breathing space. They are trying to, bring all sorts of things around her. And I just pray and I wish that at the end of the day, once this case is settled, once the truth come out, once the DNA has been done, once this DNA confirmed that Mohbad is the father of Liam, my advice with Wunmi is to stay clear of Mohbad's family, because they definitely don't love, especially Mohbad's father. It's obviously clear that this father do not love her. It's obviously clear. I pray once the DNA result comes out, if it confirms that Mohbad is the father, Wunmi should carry her son far away from Baba Mohbad. She should carry her daughter, she should carry her son away from Baba Mohbad. So with that being said, all of you rats that are in there, I see your comments, continue to cry, okay? Because your rat president is also not working for his stomach. Your rat president is also not working for his stomach. All of you is rats in the comment section, go and tell him to go and find his own father first. Does he even know his own father? Does he know his own father? Let him go and find his own father first before he tries to help somebody else. That's what I'm going to leave you all with. Yes, like I said, Wunmi has garnered a lot of support. I saw a petition that has been written actually asking that all of those wannabe activists, that failed Nollywood actor, and then the laughing cow with the nose ring. I saw a petition a few days ago demanding that these people, obviously maybe I don't know what they want them to do, to kind of like maybe stop them from speaking about her or something. I hope that petition gets through to where it's meant to get through. Other than that, let them keep talking, and they should keep feeding from Wunmi's case. So with that being said, guys, I'm just going to go. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who have been here. I'm not thanking the Rattle Ijito. I'm not thanking the Rattle Dingbats. I'm thanking those who have actually made reasonable comments in the comment section. Thank you to those ones who have made reasonable comments. I appreciate you all. With that being said, thank you so much for those of you who have joined me with your reasonable comments. I appreciate you all. And if you've watched this live stream till now, if you're not subscribed to my channel, do not hesitate to do so. Like, comment, subscribe. Turn on your post notifications, share this video as well. And do not hesitate to join my membership. Okay, I don't want any rattle rats. Okay, go and tell rattle president to go and find his own father before he tries to help somebody else find their father. And Wunmi has said, use all should leave her alone. So leave her the freaking hell alone. Leave her the freaking hell alone. Thank you so much, guys, and have an amazing Thursday wherever you are. And I'll hopefully see you in another videos. I've got a video about Natasha and Senator Akpabio. That video will be dropping maybe tomorrow. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you guys later. All right, bye for now. Bye.